last ever episode of the Grand Tour doesn't just mark the end of a show, it doesn't just mark the end of the TV presenting trio that is Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May. The final instalment of the Prime Video series, fittingly called One for the Road, marks the end of an era for a certain type of telly too. Despite the show and its predecessor, Top Gear, being a huge success, Jeremy doesn't think modern day telly executives would be in a rush to make many more motoring shows like theirs. In an exclusive interview with myself, he said, "It wouldn't get commissioned now in a million years. Monkey tennis would be more likely to be commissioned than this, I think. It would be so difficult. 3 middle-aged, middle-class guys driving cars around in other countries, I think they'd probably say no." Fortunately, our Top Gear grew out of something else. When I started in 2002, originally presenting with just Hammond, and then May came along in the second season, then Hammond had his accident, and then a lot of people started watching the show, and it grew some more, and then we accidentally did a special in America. But you couldn't get it commissioned now, not from the get-go. Top Gear and then the Grand Tour have become a global phenomenon and made Jeremy, James and Richard international stars. So their farewell as a trio is suitably stunning as it sees them travel across the stunning landscape of Zimbabwe in 3 of their favourite cars. But unlike some of their other adventures, it focuses on the motoring rather than any stunts or sideshows. And if the Grand Tour continues, Jeremy would like its host to maintain that mission statement. After they turned their backs on Top Gear, the show was co-hosted by Friends actor Matt LeBlanc, DJ Chris Evans, then comedian Paddy McGuinness and Freddie Flintoff. Talking about the future of the Grand Tour, Jeremy said, "My advice to Amazon would be, and I've given this to them already, for heaven's sake, do not get well-known people who like cars. Because when you do that show, it has to be your life. No, you can't open supermarkets. No, you can't appear on another show. If you're not actually filming, you're thinking about what the next thing is that you're going to film. It has to be all-consuming. There's no point hiring somebody who likes cars because that's not enough. I would get 3 complete unknowns, start small like we did. They've got to be absolute petrol heads. I've got to be able to show them a picture of a quarter of a door mirror from any car ever made, and they've got to know what it is. I'd go to motoring journalists because James, Richard and I, we're all motoring journalists. That would be my advice if you want to continue with it, and I would hope that Amazon do continue with it." The final episode of the Grand Tour drops today on Prime Video.